Hi there, my name is Christian Menchaca and I'm going to be telling you how to create a successful brand. Have you ever thought about selling something? Have you ever created something or a product you thought to yourself that if you created something you could really sell it? Let's take clothing for example. It seems like everybody is making a clothing line nowadays, and since pop culture has made it really trendy to be stylish or fashionable, everybody wants to wear something that will make people look at them. I created a clothing line back in my junior year of high school up until, my senior year, and it really helped me gain experience and knowledge the whole time I built the brand. Today I'm going to teach you some simple steps that will help benefit your brand into the vision that you want your business to be. When it comes to actually making your brand, you have to make sure you're going to be looking at it from a consumer's point of view and how you want it to be perceived or looked at. This is what I call defining your brand. For instance, let's say you're building a clothing line. What is your brand? What is it all about? How are you going to be able to relate to your consumer for them to have a connection with your brand? This sounds like a complicated question, but it's simple, yet complex at the same time. For instance, we all know the brand Nike. When you see a Nike advertisement, if their slogan isn't under it, you automatically think to yourself, just do it. Why? Because one, Nike is an athletic brand, and um, two, it relates to athletes and people as well. To just do it. That right there, that right there is a reason to create a statement that will represent your brand. Another tip is to outline the qualities of your brand. When I say this, I mean you should ask yourself what is unique about your brand specifically. Going into more detail, you must have an internal voice, a conscience. Someone who is you, but not quite you, to lead you and your brand forward. A spokesperson per se. Someone who is able to cater to your audiences and grab their attention. Leading them to lead themselves into your brand. This person is basically someone who is famous or popular on social media who represents your brand's personality. This person generally describes your brand or product and or services to the public in a nice way, drawing people towards your business, posting and sharing your brand to the general public and to your audience. These are the set of human characteristics associated with the brand. This brings me to our next step, marketing your brand. One of the most important aspects when it comes to marketing your brand is creating a unique, familiar logo. One that you can see for yourself and know automatically what brand it is. Examples are seeing a check mark and thinking Nike, a bird and thinking Twitter, or 3 bars and just thinking Adidas. When you make your logo, it has to be related to what your brand is. As we go deeper into marketing, social media has definitely created a pathway towards helping people market themselves effectively. Making a Twitter and Instagram page would definitely put a platform for your brand to be seen by thousands of people. This helps in a way for you to communicate with your consumers and for your consumers to have a better bond with your company so that they're able to have a positive relationship with each other. One last market tool is a weekly newsletter for your consumers to subscribe to. This gives your audience the ability to see new products that you have put out or special deals that you are having. With people always being busy on the phone, it gets easier to be distracted and go to something else. Or just people might generally not have the funds for that product at that certain time. With the newsletter, you are able to grab their attention again. When they receive that email from your brand and are able to go visit your company's website and maybe see new products that you have put out, this is an efficient way of communicating with your customers, and it helps them draw back into your attention for your company's website. It's due to the fact that it's a newsletter. It's basically it's a friendly hello from your company. Lastly, as we get into the final step, it is mainly the representation of you. This is your brand's culture. This is the imprint to your target audience. This falls down to who you hire. When you're opening up a business or the people that work for you, you need to choose this wisely. Like the saying goes, you are who you surround yourself with. If you hire people who disrespect your consumers or are basically not a representation of you or your brand, then it is best to fire them and find someone who is going to represent you and put on a representation that you want your brand to be viewed as. This applies to every person who is affiliated with your brand or company. Nobody wants to support a brand that they are going to be mistreated badly, no matter how bad they might need that or want that, no matter how bad they might need that product or want that service. This ties into developing trust that they are going to receive a good service and or have a good outcome whenever it comes to shopping with your business. Lastly, it is most important to not forget your morals for why you started your business in the first place. If you wanted to create a quality product and be able to sell it at an affordable price where people can relate to financially, don't raise up your price if you're starting to make more money than you imagined. Yes, it is okay in financial terms if you, the individual, want to do that, but you also want to remember why you started your company in the first place. Another tip is to make your branding the final everlasting mark from the beginning. Consistency is key, and if you're going to constantly keep changing the logo, the name, the website URL, or even the aesthetic of the brand, it's going to get confusing for your consumers to recognize your brand. And it's your target audience is going to be just confused with your brand overall. Your long-term brand building, it's what's going to build your company in the long run and make it more familiar with consumers. In the end, today, I've told you how to build a successful brand and what it actually means to grow with your brand. All the points to marketing with yourself, to actually representing your brand and connecting with your consumers. Thank you. My name is Christian Menchaca.